So the Wi-Fi cut out. I've got to start this again. But Baldur, tell us about the first day on your university. What happened?
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's a bit of a weird story.
So imagine, like, you first day uni, you've all gone in lecture hall. There's maybe 11 females and 15 males. So we're all sitting there, and they were like, oh, and it was brand new degree at a brand new kind of like facility. And they were like, oh, welcome to osteopathic medicine. And I chose one of the older schools to go with a more about osteopathic philosophy and the kind of like the way of using techniques that so anyway. So we're sitting there in the clinical room now, or in the lecture hall, and osteopathic medicine, everything's brilliant in there. And they said, okay, can all the men stand up, please? So everybody stood up, and they said, right, okay, could you all walk to the front of the classroom? So we'll walk to the front of the classroom. Now imagine, like, you have no concept of what you're going to be doing, and they all then walked to the back. The lecturers plus the females stood at the back, and they said, okay, can you guys all strip down to your underwear, please?
Okay.
And I was
bragging, man.
And I honestly, obviously, first day at university, dadi dodi ki
yeah, the bugs everywhere, the beers everywhere.
Looking, and they were like, we were like, what? Can you strip down to your underwear? And I was like, okay. So
everything comes off.
Ready.
Took about 8 minutes, and we stood there, and they just stood and they looked at us for about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and they said, okay, great, you can put your stuff back on now. Put our stuff back on. And then we all, like, obviously the lads looked at each other and we're like, wow, okay, that was a bit weird. And then we sat down and they said, right, can all the ladies stand up? And we were like, no.
Strip show,
right?
Day one.
And no, listen, all the girls went up the front, and there was one of my best friends at university was a woman called Mira. She came from Malaysia. She was in her mid-40s. Yeah. She had 2 masters in 2 different science fields, but her kids had gone to Epsom Grammar School, and she had just come for 5 years to stay with them while they're at grammar school, finishing school. And so she decided to do an osteopathic medicine degree just because she was bored. So she, Bachari, was in a sari.
Wow.
And so they all walk up to the front. They say, right, can you all remove your clothing down to your underwear? And in the first time you do this, you're like, no, you just didn't know where to look. You're like, and like they're embarrassed, we're embarrassed. So they
dignity, everything. Okay.
Right. And so we were thinking, what the hell is going on? So then they put their clothes back on, and everybody sat down. The head lecturer got back up again. Quentin and Helen, they went to the front and said, right. So it said, sorry about that, but that's exactly how your patient's going to feel the first day they come to see you.
Wow. That's powerful, man.
So we want you to completely absorb the emotion that you felt there. And we want you to be fully aware that within 10 minutes of you meeting a stranger, they're going to be stripping down to their underwear for you to treat them.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to get over that emotion and also be empathetic to that emotion.
So both sides, because you got the one there where you said, well, you took the kapde off, the clothes off, and then you were watching. So
and you had to watch.
Both sides. Which is also kind of uncomfortable, isn't it? Especially with the opposite sex as well.
It was. We all had a big giggle and a laugh about it. We all had a joke, and then, like, about an hour later, the stress actually kicked in. The emotion kicked in, and it was like, wow, that was powerful. That was really, really powerful.
I wonder if they still do that now.
I don't know, but ever since then, mate, when a new patient comes in, I always give them full dignity. Like, guys, look, if you need to remove your clothing for me to examine your hip, but if you feel uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to leave it on, but I won't be able to complete everything that I need to do.
Yeah.
And if you want to bring a pair of shorts in and make it comfortable for yourself, more than welcome. I also have a chaperone. It really drove your thinking in terms of just the empathy first. Then we went into the clinical.
Yeah, of course it is.
And I really, really liked that. I thought it was really, really good.
But day one, man. Wow.
I was day one, Pa. I was like,
day one,
never met these people before. You start thinking about, shit, what underwear was I wearing? Everything. there was, and
Was it the granddad underwear? Or was it my night out underwear?
Well-
That's what you got to
well,
ask yourself.
the weirdest thing is, fast forward 6-8 months, and every day you're stripping down to have techniques done on you and practice this
Yeah.
and practice that.
Yeah.
It's funny. You walk in and like half the people are in the underwear, lying on a treatment table, looking at the notes that are put up. The other half are playing with their ankle and playing with the toe, and no one's really bothered. You became
Yeah.
so used to working
Desensitized
Yeah,
to
of
it.
course.
Mm.
Which is good.
you
Good.
completely don't see it. And which is it's a powerful skill to have. And obviously doctors get it. They you guys do in hospitals, you examine whatever you need to examine. And I think that comes
Absolutely,
with
man.
practice,
Yeah,
And
because I think from a patient's
and it
perspective,
was
when you're
really-
comfortable,
really steep learning curve.
absolutely. When you're comfortable as a clinician and the patient just feels at ease, man. If they feel like he's done this 100 times, manipulating or examining or palpating, whatever it is, I know that. And to be honest, I don't know if he's the same thing, Buddha, but I try and lighten the mood. I always have good good banter with the patient, speak to them, lighten the mood, and then they're just like, oh, okay, I understand now. For some consultants, they come in and they need to listen to the heart sounds. And for a lady, that's quite obviously near the breast tissue. And sometimes if they're not mindful and tactful in the way they do it, it can be a bit like they go a bit stiff.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you explain this is what I need to do, and this is why I need to do it, once, funny story, guys. So when you examine a lady, one of the heart sounds is under the breast, okay, on the left-hand side.
The left side,
the correct way to lift the breast, to listen to for the heart sound, the mitral area, is the back of the hand, right? Lift like this. This one medical student, Jara, I don't think he'd been taught how to do this. Someone had played a prank on him. He genuinely thought, lift the breast tissue, you pinch.
You pinch at the nipple?
Yeah, so he's about to do it. And I was like, what are you doing, man?
Oh,
and he was
my
like, oh,
days.
Jazz, this is how I've been taught. I was like, no.
No, you've been taught. Someone really had you on to see how long this would last for. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get sued.